Kris, just a couple of housekeeping things. Are you going 11 and 7?
We are. We're doing the same lineup.
Will it be Stuart Skinner?
Stuart Skinner's our goalie.
Thank you very much.
On the subject of 11 and 7, like traditionally, it's not something you've leaned as much into in the past. What situation now makes that a good fit and the right call?
I think we've got enough forwards that can double shift, get a little more ice time. I think we've got enough specialty players for penalty kill, power play that you don't need that extra forward. We did it the other day. We're doing it today. I'm not sure we're going to do it Saturday, but something that I find getting all the forwards involved in the game, it's much easier actually with 11 than it is 12, just with the players that we have right now. So we'll try it for a while, and it was something I was thinking about in the summertime that would work better for the flow and getting everyone involved. Because with with Leon and Connor taking up as much ice time as they do on separate lines, their third and fourth line kind of get iced out, and maybe it's only one or whatever it is, but I feel that it's easier managing the bench with the forwards. And now on the flip side, it's more difficult for the defenseman, not having a regular partner and having that seventh guy and trying to work him in makes it a little more difficult on the back end for sure. So we're just trying to figure out what's best for our group.
It lowers the minutes of your blue liners collectively. Is there something with that that's a benefit?
It could be beneficial for the defenseman, playing fewer minutes, getting up in the ice, skating a little bit more. But the game for a defenseman is a little bit different than the forwards. Forwards are a little more sprinting and stops and starts. Defensemen, they might be battling down low, but once they move the puck up, usually they get a little bit of a break. I don't know. There's pros and cons of having the 7, 11. There's a lot of teams that have had success long-term doing it. But typically most teams go the traditional 12 and 6.
With the minutes that Connor and Leon log, like over the long haul, is there any level of concern for you about kind of their ability to continue in those minutes and that sort of thing?
Any time. It's you look at the long term, and the amount of games that we're playing with little rest, we're playing pretty much every second day, and then you're traveling in between there. It is difficult, and we would like to reduce that a little bit. But I think, going with the 11-7, I don't think it's going to increase their minutes so much. I think you see in the past, at the start of the season, where there was games where Podkolzin's playing 10, 12 minutes, where that's not enough for a guy like that. And, he's not on any special teams right now, but there's a guy that's a prime candidate for a double shift. It's much easier for the wingers to go back because typically the centerman, it's a much harder game for them. They're working down low in the defensive zone and getting in on the forward check. It's a little bit harder than it is for wingers. Tonight, let's just say Draisaitl's line's going. They have their shift, and then you can spot Podkolzin, you can spot Roslovic back with that fourth line much easier. So it allows those guys who aren't having a lot of special teams get involved, because we do have some good players that I don't think have been seeing the ice as much as they should.
And what do your numbers tell you about when McDavid and Draisaitl are on the ice penalty killing? There's obviously some give and take to having them do that, right, with minutes and other guys. Like, how are the results in your eyes?
Right now, it's very positive. But it's such a short period of time right now. I'm not certain how many minutes they've actually killed. 15 together. No goals. Shorthanded, that was empty nets, and they've created a lot of chances. I think early on, I haven't looked in the last couple days, but I know early on probably had more expected goals for was higher than against. So I would say they are two of our better penalty kill forwards, but on the flip side, it does take away from our 5-on-5 scoring. So special teams are very important, power play and penalty kill. But we also don't want to take away from our 5-on-5. So as the season goes on, we'll have to find out what the best balance is for our group. And maybe it's one guy, maybe that's one of them killing, maybe both of them, or I don't know, but we'll address that later.
Kris, this may be a bit of a bigger picture, but I know at the start of the year you mentioned Nugent Hopkins. You liked him maybe more as a center. Would that occur more when Zach Hyman returns?
Yeah, possibly. I think moving forward, I see him being our first line left winger, and I also see him being our third line centerman. Right now, he's playing really good hockey. He's contributing offensively, and but with Hyman coming back, there's another winger, and yeah, we got options to, and I think that's good. I think that's good to have Nuge and Hopkins be able to play those two spots.
What was your assessment of Troy Stetcher, his first game coming back?
I think he played good, solid game. I know in the first period he didn't play very much. Second period he got used a lot more. You know, it's hard for those guys coming in who haven't played for a while and obviously want to make an impact. And he understands the situation of having an extra defenseman with our roster right now. But, you know, Troy is very dependable. No matter if he sits out a couple weeks or he's playing back-to-back, his game is, he always plays the same game. So I think he played how we expect him to play.
How much is the group looking forward to the Silver Stick ceremony with Adam Hendricks tonight?
It'll be a good event. I'm sure the guys will give him a little bit of a hard time and tease him a little bit, but anytime somebody hits an accomplishment like that, the guys are very proud of him.
Kris, you guys have gotten down early in games for the last few games. What would you like to see from your team?
I would like to see us score the first goal. It's great having strong pushes in the second and third period, but I would like us to have a lead and be able to play some good defensive hockey and not allow the other team to have a push. So I think it's very important that we get off to a good start. And what it is, I'm not sure. You know, I think the other night, looking at it, you know, there's some things that needed to be better. We did have some chances, but we made some big mistakes, and we just have to try and eliminate those.